Hello everyone and welcome back to Rebel Brick. Today we're going to do another space scene. This one is on Mars. So we have my default little Mars base here and a couple rovers. I'm still trying to work on a good theme because I'd like to have us try and start terraforming Mars when we get a chance to, and that'll be a consistent thing. I want to try and do that with the moon, with Mars, and then we're going to have a small base on Neptune. So if we do this right and I keep things consistent, which I'm hoping to try and do, Mars we're going to keep doing our white space figures. The moon I'm going to do with the classic Lego space guys, and then on Neptune, because it's all white, we're going to have the guys in the orange suits. If you really notice, some of those orange suits are actually for like the exploratory for like deep water diving and all that stuff, but I figured having a different reference in suits would make it a little bit better and a little easier for everyone to keep in contrast as to where we are and what we're doing. Looking at my schedule as far as what videos I need, I'm kind of caught up a little bit more with the factory stuff, so I want to get a couple space comics done so that way I have a little backlog of those, so I'm ready to put those up. So here we are, we're on Mars. I figure I can try and get 2 comics for Mars done, and then I want to change it up and we're going to hit some other place. So I don't think we've hit Neptune yet, so we have to really work on that. And I have to get some hijinks for them to do. We have to have, they have to be doing something besides doing work, because work is just boring. So we have to come up with something for them to do. So today, because I happen to be looking and I have this on my shelf, so I've had this sitting here for a while, so I figure we're going to have this crashed onto the planet, and we have already in here we have R2, 3PO, and we have a couple Jawas. So the Jawas are going to be the ones that get them in trouble. We're going to have just a couple pictures of this going, and then we're going to have our crash and the hijinks from there. So let me get a picture of this so that way I can put that in, and we'll have to try and edit it. I guess I'm going to have to get a little closer, otherwise I'm going to have to do a little bit more editing, and you can see what I've got here. Alright, we'll do that. Try not to get too much of this, because then I got to edit in there and try and do all that, and that just takes more time, and trying to do this while everybody's sleeping and all that here this morning, where it's a little quieter. So what I figure I would do next is we're going to have this kind of come in. I figure if I can get it over here, I'm hoping that you guys can see this good. Let me sit it here and then take a peek here at my yes, you can. All right. The hardest thing is because the way this is all set up, you guys are on one end of the pool table, and my laptop is facing a whole different direction, so trying to get it so I know you guys can see this, because you guys have been watching me do all this stuff and the silliness that I come up with, and I do appreciate it. This is all just for laughs and the like. So alright, so we're gonna have this kind of sitting. There we go. I don't want it just laying down flat. I want it kind of propped up a little bit. And with it being round, I think that'll work. Alright. So I've, whoops, I bumped my phone. Alright, so, get it a little closer. Adjust this around a little bit. But like a big crash going on, and of course we're gonna have to have everybody coming out, because I mean, when you have a big crash happening right next to your house, or in this case a space station, everyone's gonna come out and say, hey, what's going on here? So we'll get everybody, and I just prop one leg behind so that way they can kind of sit here on an angle, I'll have one person coming out of here. Of course, they'll have to come straight out, I suppose. For that, I suppose I could probably do both feet. There we are. And I got 2 more figures here. Alright. I'm going to put the foot in front so that way I know it doesn't sit on the back here. And unfortunately, you have this vehicle kind of in the way, and I'll back that up a little bit for you. So yeah, we'll have this person sitting right back here, just a little bit out of your view, but seeing the camera is going to go this way, and you're going to see all this in the aftermath. So we're going to have everybody coming out and probably going, hey, what was that? What's this sitting here and all that. I think I got them all. I thought I saw 5 domes there. And then we're going to have, turn my camera off before I start them dropping bricks. That's never a good thing. Oh. Alright. So, we'll open this up. And we'll start getting them out. They've been in there for a little while. So they just sit there on my shelf and normally just sits up like this. There. Alright. We'll take the stun gun away from the Ewok here, or not the Ewok, the oh geesh, the Jawa. And we're gonna have 3PO talking to R2. And the Jawas, we'll have them kind of talking to each other here as I kind of nudge their escape pod. And I figure at this point we'll probably have 3PO talking to R2 saying, I knew those Jawas were going to get us in trouble. Why Master Luke wanted us to travel with them, I don't know. And probably a tweedle or something from R2. Then we'll get space guys over here, so they're all kind of around. Alright, and I'm sure my arm is probably more in your way. I gotta think of these things a little bit more, I suppose. Okay, and then we'll get the Jawas over here. The Jawas, they have just the straight little mini legs. They don't even have the little bendy ones. So we'll move R2 around. Of course, the Jawas will do what the Jawas do, and they'll be trying to say, hey, you know, we'll sell you these droids, so they can try and make a quick buck out of them. I guess I look at Jawas as the worst case of used car salesmen. They'll sell anyone anything if they figure they can get away with it. I'm sure there's some really decent used car salesmen out there, but you know, that's just the perception I have as the worst of them, where they will do whatever to sell whatever they can. Let's see. I think we only have what, four pictures. The worst part is it's not like we can collaborate while we're doing this. Maybe if I have an overview picture a little bit. I mean a little bit so I don't have to edit out all the pool table. Unfortunately, I'm running out of the plates here because I've got that wall of plates behind. There. That way I have some place I can put all my paper printouts of what we're using for our terrain and everything else. So I kind of need a wall of plates there. That, and it keeps you from seeing all the mess of all the other Legos that I have beyond there. Because before we moved all this over here, this was over there, and so were the vehicles and that. So I've got a bunch of things sitting over there for when we do our next comic, and what can I grab, and what's handy, and what works for this scenario and that scenario. So with that being said, we'll get this edited, and we'll get the comic up, and we'll get this out so that way you guys can see this. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. Have a good day, and keep bricking.